Well, good morning. Welcome to Pat's Pondering. I'm again reading out of the Chicken Soup for the Mother, Sold 2. This one is called One of the Boys. Who's better, I asked my bridegroom of several weeks, Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali? My new husband looked at me with wide-eyed terror. You're kidding, aren't you? I shook my head meekly, wondering what was wrong with my question. They're the same person, he said, busting into laughter as he buried his head back into the sports page. As a young bride, I was simply trying to acclimate myself to my husband's world of sports. My father and two brothers enjoyed sports, but their interest was nothing compared with my bridegroom's obsession. He watched all the games, knew all the statistics, analyzed all the coaches, and listened to all the sports talk shows on the radio. He tried his best to draw me into his sporting world. Watch this replay, he would shout from the TV room. Dropping what I was doing, I dashed through the house just to catch yet another spectacular catch, block, putt, run, or leap. Although it was great stuff, the action didn't grab my attention like a good book or a long walk, stars on a clear night, or Monet at the museum. As our marriage, moved through the game plan of life, three sons were born to us. Unwittingly, I had chanced upon the perfect team for a pickup game of pitcher, catcher, and batter. While my friends with daughters got all dialed up with outings for lunch and shopping, I threw on my jeans for hours of fielding, refereeing, and yelling, "Run! You can make it!" Aren't you just a little bit disappointed you don't have a girl? My friend asked often. Not at all, I answered truthfully. Well, there's a special place in heaven for mothers of three boys, they replied, quoting from a popular parenting guide. So as each young son grew and took his section of the sports page at the breakfast table, I refused to be bitched on the sidelines. So what if I didn't have long blonde hair to braid, sweet dresses to iron, or ballet shoes to buy? I wasn't going to be left in the dugout. It didn't take long to figure out I could be the ball girl, or I could just step up to bat. In a short order, I became one of the boys. I pitched, I putted, I fished, and a whole new world opened up for me. Activities I would never have chosen turned into wondrous adventures. As pitcher for the neighborhood pickup game, I discovered the joy of a well-hit ball, as well as the earthly smell of trampled grass on a hot summer afternoon. As driver of the putting green, I marveled at the exactness of nailing a 4-foot putt, as well as the bird song that serenaded us from a nearby lake. As threader of worms, I caught the excitement of a fish tugging at the line, as well as the shade shifting brilliantly of the setting sun. Just about the time I grew accustomed to these activities, the boys moved into their teenage years, and I found myself thrown into a whole new realm of challenges. Because I was often involved in getting the guys where they wanted to go, I decided that there was no point in just sitting and waiting for them to finish. Against my better judgment, I joined the action. I've spent hours on a cold, overcast day climbing up a 40-foot pine tree, swinging from a rope and yelling Tarzan before plunging into cold waters of a North Woods lake. I rode the fastest, steepest roller coaster of a theme park, screaming my head off, and attended years of baseball conventions, running with the crush of fans for autographs from players. I didn't even know. I found myself at the top of a snow-covered mountain peak as a novice skier on too steep a slope. simply because my sons knew I would like the view. Go for it, Mom, they said. You could do it. And I did. The highlights of my sporting career came, however, when my sons crossed over into my playing field. I knew I'd scored when my 18-year-old returned from the city and described a personal tour of the art museum that he gave his friends. When my 16-year-old discussed the contrasting novels of a particular author, and then my 13-year-old spotted sparkling Orion in the velvet darkness of the sky and announced that it was his favorite constellation. Not long ago, as we rode home from dropping off my oldest son at college, my younger sons and husband joined in a spirited game of sports trivia. Name three pro basketball teams that do not end in an S. Who holds the record for the most home runs by a catcher? I listened vaguely as I watched the silver-beamed headlights of the farmers' tractors glide down the rows of moonlit cornfields. Breathing in the sweet scent of the summer harvest, I noticed a sudden halt in their questioning. I seized the moment. Who was better, I asked, Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay? Stunned silence. Muhammad Ali, answered one. Cassius Clay, guessed the other. Their father burst out laughing. They're the same person, he explained. Hey, that's a cool trick question, Mom, said one son. Let's try it on Billy and Greg when we get home, said the other. 25 years later, I have redeemed myself. Just don't ask me. The score. This was written by Marnie Meming, oh, Meminga. This reminds me of my niece had three boys. And they were good kids. I love them dearly. Well, she got pregnant again the fourth time. And just like the book there, I asked, I said, I bet you want a girl, don't you? She said, no, not really. I'm so used to my boys, I think I'd rather have a boy. And she got her boy. I can't believe that. All those children are adults now. And they were so fun, and she's a good mom. But she's just one of the boys when those guys are around. And they laugh and they have more fun. And their little world of whether it's sports or whether it's just sitting around and cutting the fool and having fun. I hope you have that time with your children. And even if they're grown, there can be some really great times. You create new memories. But her decision that she wanted all boys, I thought was pretty neat because she got her wish. That's Pat's Pondering for today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.